Women and children and the faint of heart may wish to leave now.
She said what?
She says, being an adult sucks. I quit.
Yeah.
There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe building a rocket or fighting a mummy or climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Discovering something that doesn't exist or giving a monkey a shower. Surfing tidal waves, creating nanobots or locating Frankenstein's brain.
It's over here!
Finding a dodo bird, painting a continent, or driving our sister insane. As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do before school starts this fall.
Come on, Barry!
So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all. So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all.
Mom! Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence!
Welcome to episode 16 of Palka, brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network. I am one of your hosts, TFG Mike. Joining me, as always, is Clockwork Michael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Today is the 16th day of summer. It is yet again another two-parter. I like this. Because, folks, and I know Michael hates it when I give the behind-the-scenes stuff, but basically, when we recorded these episodes, we record 3 a night. So I was kind of surprised that episode 14, 15, and 16, episode 14 had a two-parter, and episode 16 had a two-parter, and then we had that squishy Betty fishmongering stuff in the middle there.
And now we can end it on a high note.
That sounded so wrong, didn't it?
Squishy, fishy Betty stuff. Yeah.
About some Cadbury cream egg filling.
Innuendo.
That's right. That's most definitely an innuendo.
I didn't realize you liked the Spice Girls like that.
Oh, no. Hell no.
Okay.
Oh, God, I have better taste than that, please. All right, so today it's Phineas and Ferb Get Busted. Oh, boy, it's another two-parter.
Parts 1 and 2.
Yep, parts 1 and 2.
Two-parters are a lot of fun because they have extra time to flesh out the story, and sometimes they introduce interesting characters, or they have more songs in them, or Ferb gets an extra line, which is always cool.
Yeah. When we eventually get to it, and the only reason why I know this is because I've seen the episode enough times, as we've said before, in the last 15 days of the show, we've seen these episodes millions upon millions of times. I think the longest, and I could be wrong, and I'll correct myself when I get to it, when we get it to that day for that episode, but I think the longest speech Ferb ever had in the actual series was in the Lizard Whisperer episode.
Oh, we will search for him in the streets. We will search for him in the fields. Yeah.
Yep.
Like Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I think that was the longest one he had.
Yeah.
So we are going to get to Phineas and Ferb Get Busted after this.
Hey, Ferb. Have you seen bolt number 473?
Okay, it's still here. Oh, come on, Mom. We're really coming down to the wire on this one. Mom! Oh, great and magical being who maketh all things magically vanish before Mom sees them. Knock it off!
Thanks, Vivian. See you Tuesday for totem pole carving.
Mom, quick, Mom, look, before it disappears!
Well, if it isn't the welcoming committee from...
No time for dry, witty remarks. Must move, move!
Don't you get tired of this?
What do you mean?
The same old routine every day? Doesn't it ever get, boring?
You know what? You're right. I guess it has gotten a little old. I just get so frustrated. I always come so close to busting Phineas and Ferb, but it ends up the same way every single time. I look and see there's a massive thing Phineas and Ferb built right in front of me, but every time you look, you always say...
I see it.
There it is. I see it. Right on cue. Wait, what? Come again?
I see it.
You mean you see my point?
No, Candace. I see that.
You do?
How could I miss it? But I don't understand how what the...
Hi, Mom. Check it out. The flying car of the future today.
Is that my car?
She sees the car, too.
The flying car of the future today is still pulling a bit to the right.
Phineas, Ferb, get down here. That's it.
Okay, Mom. Be right down. Oh, there you are, Perry. So what do you think, Mom? Pretty cool, huh?
Cool? This is the most dangerous thing I've ever seen.
Don't worry, we were safe. Ferb invented a new invisible helmet head system. When life's never dull, wear a hull for your skull.
How dare you do all this without permission?
But all our building permits are in order.
I mean, my permission.
This morning I asked you if we could modify our car to make it fly.
I was talking about your toy car. How could you possibly think I meant my station wagon? You are in so much trouble, young man.
But we do this sort of thing every day.
What?
See, Mom, I told you. But you never listened.
But
Mom, Phineas and Ferb built a roller coaster. Phineas and Ferb are one-hit wonders? Phineas and Ferb carved my face into Mount Rushmore. Phineas and Ferb are driving cattle. Phineas and Ferb built a giant treehouse robot. Are promoting a boxing match. Built a beach in the backyard. Built a time machine. Built a skate resort. Are directing a movie. Built a haunted house. A giant setting. Together. Phineas and Ferb are in my large intestine.
Oh, Candace. All the times I called you delusional and mocked you to my friends behind your back. All those journals I filled with an eye towards stand-up comedy. But you were telling the truth. I'm so sorry. You're the best daughter any mother could dream of having.
Finally, you realize that.
Well, what's all this yelling about? Oh, my word, that is impressive.
Did you know about this?
Well, no.
What are you gonna do to them? No TV for a month? Or they have to serve me for a year. How about confiscating their toolbox? I know! Take away their seats on the city council.
You have seats on the city council?
We rotate out with the Board of Selectmen.
Well, some punishment may be in order, but look, there's no harm done, really.
Hey, look, Ferb. Here's bolt number 473. I hope that wasn't important. Well, at least the self-parking works.
All right, folks, we are back. Candace finally busts Phineas and Ferb when they build a flying car and a control tower in the backyard. The boys are sent to a reformatory school to have their imaginations removed. However, realizing that the school is not a good place for the boys, Candace, with the help of Jeremy, goes on a mission to save Phineas and Ferb.
That doesn't look like the brochure.
Quit paying attention to the internet.
Was I supposed to respond to that? Is that, you know?
I guess. I don't know.
You weren't like, hey, Mike, what do you think of this? I'd be like, I don't know, man.
The flying car of the future today.
Today! It's right. Where is the flying car of the future? Today!
It's pulling a little to the right.
Pulling a little to the right, that's right. I like that. You know, this isn't the first time that they've changed her car or made her car do...
This is the third time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not the last time, by the way. But
no.
Except this time she sees it. Is that my car? Yeah. I love that. She gets the mom twitchy eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that twitchy eye. That in Linda. Yeah, exactly. But because I've seen the mom twitchy eye.
Yeah.
It's cause to fear.
Yes, it is. So let's see here.
The boys.
Cool things.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say. So the boys go off to reform school.
Mm-hmm.
It's off to reform school for you, and they meet Sergeant Zim.
Sergeant Zim.
Once again, played by Clancy Brown.
Yeah. I was thinking more of Guard Hadley from Shawshank Redemption, also played by Clancy Brown.
Oh, really? Okay. No, whenever I think of Clancy Brown, I think of the first time I saw him in a movie, which was Starship Troopers.
Oh.
And he was Sergeant.
Yeah, no, I saw Shawshank before I saw Starship Troopers.
Really? Actually, that was the first movie I actually went back to see twice. And I actually paid for it twice. I didn't hide in the theater under a sticky seat, you know.
When I theater, I didn't hide in the theater. I just sat in the front row because no one ever goes down there.
That's awful.
All right, so I suppose I should put this in the no, we don't moments, but it's just more of a question than a good or a bad thing. What is it like? We know that Lawrence, like we know they have like an antique store, but what is it exactly that Linda does? She has all these activities, and it seems like they don't make any money, yet they're okay. Like, what's going on with the Flynn Fletcher finances here? Because she goes like she does the cooking class, she does whatever the fly fishing thing in this
Yeah,
episode.
she's got the jazz thing going on.
Well, I mean, that I don't think would cost her anything.
She does pottery, baking,
Yeah, yeah.
French
So it's
cooking.
like, are the Flynn Fletchers a bunch of one percenters like Donald Trump, or are
No, they live in the suburbs.
Yeah, that's true.
So
You gotta be rich to live in the suburbs, and you gotta be poor to live in the ghetto, I guess.
yeah, and their neighbors have a pool.
Yeah, that's true. uh, just call me Baljeet. Oh, God.
Jeez.
See, Baljeet has no imagination, hence why this didn't even affect. Like, the whole time that he's in this episode, he's not affected by it because he has, like, the only thing he's interested in is getting an A and doing well in school. He has no.
He's already a conformist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny, though, because, it's not affecting him. So when they strap him down Clockwork Orange style, with his eyeballs peeled open, he's like chewing popcorn,
The book was so much better.
The book was better. Have you ever read Clockwork Orange?
No.
It's a book. And it was better than the movie.
Yeah. I know the reference, but I've never actually read the book.
Oh yeah, the book was twisted. I mean, the movie was twisted, but in a slightly different way. It had Darth Vader in it. Not the book, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
David Prowse.
Oh no, I thought you meant the real Darth Vader.
No, not James Earl Jones was not in the movie. Was he? I don't think so.
No, I thought that's why I thought you were when anyone says Darth Vader, I don't think it's in the damn suit.
Yeah, well, David Prowse, you don't realize what a big guy he is until you actually see him out of the suit.
Yeah.
He played like a bodyguard. And yeah, the guy's like 7 feet tall. He was this huge bodybuilder guy.
Oh, so he and Chewbacca are running the same circles.
Yeah, somewhat. I don't know if we've ever seen Chewbacca and Darth Vader standing side by side, but they're probably similar in height.
I haven't, but I've seen your pictures of Peter Mayhew before, so I know he's pretty tall.
He's really tall. He's a big guy. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to point that out. A Clockwork Orange is it's one of Stanley Kubrick's masterpieces, but was very different from the book.
Mm-hmm. The Ferris wheel bunk bed. That's kind of cool.
And it earns them toilet duty.
Yeah. No funky rhythms.
No funky. It took a while to drill that creativity out of them.
Yeah, it did. And then we have Morty Williams, voiced by none other than Geraldo Rivera himself.
Really? Because he looks just like Geraldo Rivera.
Right, but it's also a play on Monty Williams. Or Montel Williams, I should say.
Montel Williams, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Now, wasn't he in an episode before? I don't...
Who? Geraldo?
No, well, no, Morty Williams.
Morty Williams? He might have been.
I don't know if he was voiced by Geraldo, because I remember there was a... oh, no, it was the episode with the panda.
Yeah.
And it was like,
this Dr. Feel Better.
Okay, yeah, you're right, yeah. It was Dr. Phil Better. Yeah.
No, Feel Better. Say it right.
Dr. Phil
His
Better.
name is Dr. Feel Better.
Better than Dr. Phil. He was Dr. Phil Better. But
that just...
I was wrong. But no, okay, if it wasn't that episode, it was a different episode, but it was totally Geraldo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morty Williams is voiced by Geraldo here.
Yeah.
And These Chains song that's in this is basically Candace and Wild Parsnips again. She's not actually singing, but
Yeah,
it's Wild Parsnips' voice.
we've got
That's
blues.
great.
We've got blues going on. It's got to be Candace on Parsnips.
Yeah, I love Clancy Brown when he's trying to break them. No, no, no. Spray them with water like they're animals.
That's right. He's in this giant water mech, it's just hosing him down.
Yeah,
Water, a giant mech with water cannons.
yeah.
But Candace gets the I know what we're gonna do today line, which was interesting. I know what we're gonna do today. Bust my brothers out.
You already did that.
Yeah, I already did that. Gonna bust them out. Yeah.
Why is Morty Williams running off with our children? I don't know. I gotta say, it seems that it seems like Mr. Fletcher doesn't know a lot. He's clueless about a lot of stuff.
And honestly, that leads to the happiest sorts of marriages. You're just just better off not knowing. Ignorance is bliss, and obedience and ignorance and obedience are two of the cornerstones of a happy marriage. What I like is every time Phineas and Ferb try to do something creative, Clancy Brown points to the box. So they gotta go back in the box. The boys are being forced to think in the box. Because imagination is morally wrong.
Yep.
It's funny.
So Jeremy proposes to Candace. Whoops! That's when we realize that the whole thing's a dream.
Well, I kind of thought it was all a dream when everybody becomes hand puppets, controlled by Baljeet, who's a hand puppet, who's controlled by Kevin the zebra.
No, it's controlled by Baljeet. Well, Baljeet is controlling the parents, and then Kevin. No, the zebra's name is not Kevin. He calls Candace Kevin. It's the talking zebra. He doesn't have. That's his name, talking zebra. His name is not Kevin.
He says, "Hello, Kevin."
Yeah, because he's talking to Candace. He's calling her Kevin.
I just call him Kevin the zebra.
Please tell me you don't have to go over this and over this and over this over the remaining 90 some odd days of summer that we have left.
Well, he's gonna show up again.
Yes.
Just for fun, we should name the giant baby head too. So every time the giant baby head shows up, it'll be like
the giant baby head.
It's Paul McCartney, the giant baby head. We'll name him something. Not Paul McCartney. We'll give him a different name.
Gavin Rossdale.
What's I was gonna say, what is Ashley Tisdale's boyfriend's name? She's probably dating someone famous.
Musso? I don't know.
We'll name it. We'll name the giant baby head after Ashley Tisdale's real life boyfriend.
God.
Probably dating that one kid from The Sweet Life of Zach and Tyler.
Zach and Cody, get it right.
Zach and Cody. What did I say, Jack and Cody the first time?
I don't even remember.
The Sweet Life of Jack and Cokie. I'll have a Jack and Cokie.
The last thing that I liked before you can finish yours is I never noticed this before, but Phineas in their room when we see that Perry wakes up from Perry's dream, which you can talk about in a minute, but when Perry wakes up and we see Phineas console him and Phineas lays back, they both lay back down. To the left of Phineas's bed, there's a giant lawn gnome in his room.
Really? I wonder why. I've never noticed that either. Maybe that was part of another dream. Dreams within dreams. We must go deeper.
God, friggin' Inception.
Yeah, that's funny. But Doof and Perry suddenly, I'm like, where's the bee story? And they bust out of the ground riding a giant spider. And then Perry says, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And Candace is like, "Our platypus has a hat," And I'm thinking, I don't remember any of this. I mean, wouldn't he get kicked out of the organization without a cool acronym if they saw? And then Perry wakes up. No, yeah, and then it's Perry's dream. Except it's
yeah.
Wait a minute. It was It was Candace's. No, it was not Candace's dream. Yeah, maybe it was. It was whose dream was it? It was Candace's dream, and then it became the ending to Brazil. And
Yep.
Terry Gilliam, shock troopers are storming, and then hut 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 hut, but it's actually Perry's dream.
Yep.
Perry wakes up because they're like, "Oh, we have to take you away because your cover's been blown." And then it's Perry's dream, well, Perry's nightmare, I guess.
Yep.
And then Phineas and Ferb sprout wings, and they fly away from the city.
The only thing about Perry's dream that really baffles me
Yeah.
is how many of those soldiers came out of that fold-away bed. I'm sorry, there's no way in hell.
You got to go back and watch the end of Brazil because that was awesome. Actually, there's several different endings, and this is just one of them. One of the other ones was the one I just mentioned, but didn't get a rise out of it.
Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
Old man Doofenshmirtz.
That's right. If it wasn't, Doofenshmirtz didn't show up at all. There was no. We had a whole 30 minutes, and there was no Inator.
No, he showed up in the dream.
Well, no, it was a dream, and yeah.
It was the Spider-Inator or whatever
Was it
it
the
was.
Spider-Inator? Was
I don't
the
know.
Spider-Inator somehow actually going to take over the tri-state area this time? Or
he doesn't actually. I mean, he has. I think he has. I'm not looking at the wiki anymore, but I think he has a small little line when they show up with the giant spider that comes up out of the thing.
Yeah.
And you see Perry fighting him, so
Yeah.
he shows up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he says too much. I don't
think he says anything.
Yeah.
It's like, curse you, Perry. Nope, nothing. Not a damn thing. And that's sad. Again, this is one of my issues is when they skip the required bits. You have to have curse you, Perry the Platypus, or else it's just not. It's not an episode. It's certainly not a double-length episode of any note. I mean, I like the references, but
it isn't for Doofenshmirtz, but it is for the Flynn Fletcher family because it's a character builder for Candace. Sort of. Maybe a character builder for Jeremy. Maybe this is all Jeremy's dream. This is the first episode This is the first episode that they kind of say that they go out on a date.
That's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, at least this is the first episode it happens with the way that we're watching the episodes. So, what would you give Phineas and Ferb Get Busted?
I hate to say it because again, this is a double-length episode, and these are usually the best.
Yeah,
we have yet to find a bad double-length episode, and while this one isn't bad, it doesn't measure up. I'd like to give it like a 4. I want to say 3. I'd like to give it a 4, but
okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I like the references. The Clockwork Orange reference made me giggle. No one's gonna get that. Little kids aren't gonna get that. I got it. The Clancy Brown being Clancy Brown is awesome. He's Clancy Brown, but he's like putting his fingers in his ears and going la 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 while he hides at the broom closet. That made me giggle.
Trojan horse bit.
The Trojan. I don't have room for that. I have all these other ones in here already. Yeah, no, I mean every time they're creative, they get the hose, or they get the box. It's at the end they restore their hair by putting on their hair helmets. There's a lot of funny.
Their helmet heads.
Their helmet heads, yeah.
Helmet heads. That's what it was called.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting. I mean, this show isn't normally about pop cultural references. They make allusions to things that you may recognize, but they don't actually come out and go, "Look, it's Clockwork Orange," or "Look, it's Brazil." look, it's Geraldo. You know, they kind of
No, okay, that was obvious. I mean, come on, they named him Morty Williams. It's a combination of Geraldo and Montel Williams. That was so obvious that it was Geraldo.
yeah, or they named him Montel. It was Monty Williams. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You know, I mean this one was kind of created with a wink and a nod to the adults watching.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so much created in the same vein as earlier episodes. So we're missing some major pieces. There's literally no B story.
Right.
And I don't know. I'd like to give it more than a 3.5, maybe. You know, but
Okay.
it's not one of their finer works, and didn't measure up to the normal double episode standards.
See, I mean, I think it still does. There's a lot of things I liked. I liked a lot of the references.
Right.
You know, I like.
Were there any that I missed though? Am I forgetting something?
No.
Because I caught a lot. I was amused, but
Yeah.
I might have missed one. I don't know.
I mean, I just like it that, you know, it plays on the whole thing of, oh, is Perry, you know, Perry's a secret agent, he wears a hay. They play on all that. So again, like I said yesterday and the day before, day 14, day 15, we need some variety on the formula. And this episode kind of puts that up pretty much on full, you know, it's pretty much a pinball machine on full tilt at this point with this episode, this two-parter.
Right.
And that's what I really enjoyed about it, was that it was so different, that it was mainly focusing on Phineas, Ferb, Candace, Jeremy, all that stuff.
Yeah. I just got the impression that they invited like guest writers in who had never seen it, you know, and they're people who might have preferred different shows like Family Guy, which is all about cultural references and flashbacks or something.
Yeah.
And less about the standard you know, shtick that the last
but like I said,
14, 15 days have been full of.
Well, yeah, but like I said, you get tired of the standard shtick all the time. Like, there's only so many times they can morph that traditional formula that they have that works so well. The story was done by Bobby Gaylor and Martin Olson, who are series writers on the series, so it isn't like they have guest writers here.
Okay. But yet, you know, after this, they keep going with the standard shtick, and they stick with it successfully. So
Yeah, they changed up a few times too.
oh yeah, but so I mean, maybe this is the exception that proves the rule.
Maybe it is. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I really enjoyed it because it was a more adult-oriented episode as far as the references and the homages and all that stuff. And
Sure.
like I said, I liked it because of delving into Phineas and Ferb and Candace. And I'm only taking a half point off because Stacy's song was so depressing.
Stacy had a song.
Little Brothers.
Oh yeah. I was saying, oh, I didn't remember that. Okay, sure.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back to close the show after this.
I was too excited to wait. I shaved last night. Just call me Bald Jeet. Get it? Bald Jeet?
Okay, listen up, maggots. You are here because your parents are worried about you. Now, the way I see it, the root of all children's problems is unacceptable levels of imagination, fun, creativity, and unbridled enthusiasm. Don't you eyeball me? Our goal at this school is to crush the dangerous elements inside you and replace them with structure, order, discipline, and conformity. What? What you doing?
Oh, a few simple modifications. We call it the Ferris bed. It makes trading off fair, simple, and fun, as well as giving easy access to the top bunk. All at the push of a button. Pretty cool, huh? You know, this is a very inefficient way to clean a bathroom.
That's the idea. Now make it shine! And no funky rhythms!
I thought it had more of a free-form jazz vibe.
Kid? Yes. Shut up.
Beyond the Night is the GCRN's latest review podcast. We are covering everything in the Knight Rider television universe, from the classic 80s TV series to the 1991 reunion film, Team Knight Rider, and the 2008 relaunch series as well. So join TFG and Mike and Dion the Music Man as they go in-depth and Beyond the Night only on Geekcast Radio Network. You can find Beyond the Night in iTunes and on www.geekcastradio.com.
Kid?
Yes, Michael.
Just keep driving.
Hello, geeks and geekettes! Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks, every Friday on the Geekcast Radio Network.
I know what I have to do.
Hey, Candace.
Jeremy? How did you get in here?
There's a huge gaping hole in the side of your house.
Oh, yeah, well, Phineas and Ferb would have usually fixed that by now.
You want to go horseback riding?
Would you stop already with the horses? Jeremy, I know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna bust my brothers.
Didn't you already do that?
Out. Bust my brothers out.
Cool. I always liked your brothers. I'm coming with you.
You mean like a date?
Yeah, weird sort of prison break kind of date.
Age-inappropriate building is unsafe and irresponsible. Good boys don't make anything but their sisters happy. Creative acts are imitatable and dangerous. Using your imagination is morally wrong.
The book was so much better.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here on Podcast Organization Without a Cool Acronym. So we are 16 days into summer, and
that's almost that's we're getting into like the fourth business week.
Jeez. Coming up the next couple of days, we've got Leave the Busting to Us, along with Grease Lightning, Crack That Whip, Best Lazy Day Ever, Boyfriend from 27,000 BC, Voyage to the Bottom of Buford, Does This Duckbill Make Me Look Fat, Put That Putter Away, all that fun stuff.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, season 1 is, we're, with the way that we record these, we are rapidly approaching the end of season 1, where this is episodes, we're 10 episodes of the podcast, 10 days away from closing out season 1 of Phineas and Ferb. So there's that. Any final words from you?
Oh, man, I'm supposed to line up like final words before the end of the show, aren't I? No, not really. I'm good, thanks.
You suck at being a Ferb on a podcast.
Honestly, how many days have we gone? Yeah, you haven't asked me. Like, oh, hey, you got any final words? I'm like, I don't know any final words. I sprout wings and fly off into the sunset, because that's not really the real ending.
Oh, God. Thank you for joining us here on Pauka. As always, get in contact with us to leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on this and all of our other episode posts. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. Mine is at TF2andMike. You can follow at Geekcast Radio for all the other network updates. What is your Twitter?
Pecan Court Michael.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pauka and wish you'll join us next time when we will be giving you our thoughts on the next episode of Phineas and Ferb, which features Grease Lightning and Leave the Busting to Us. Okay, really quickly, I have to say, we just did Phineas and Ferb Get Busted.
Right.
Okay? And I know this is the order of how they're on Netflix, and that's all fine, whatever else. But, like, really? Seriously? Do we really need another busting episode, another busting cartoon already? Because I remember Leave the Busting to Us. It's with that chick, that camera, that newswoman chick who wants to bust them. So tomorrow might be a little rough for me, folks. That episode might be the first 0 of the series. I don't know yet. I'll have to wait until I watch it and see if there's anything I really, really loathe about it. I think I'm starting to turn into Doofenshmirtz at this point. For now, I am TFG and Mike with
Peacock Court Michael.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.
But wait, there's more!
Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
No.
Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Hey,
No,
Ferb,
no,
what? Hey,
Yes, I've finally broken them.
You okay, Candace?
No, I'm trudging. I never knew people actually trudged.
Look, we're here.
Aren't you a little young to be a podcaster?
No, I'm not. Aren't you a little old to be watching this cartoon show?
Yes, I am. It's good to see the nation's senior citizens taking an interest in cartooning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
There's not really any more. That's about it.